Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here playing some more Warhammer combat cards. Continuing with the anniversary event expedition. This is part 2 of 3, and we are continuing our way towards Terra as the forces of chaos battling the Imperium. Now in this second day, if you read the flavor text at the top here, it mentions Grey Knights, the Inquisition, and Adeptus Mechanicus. However, once I played the first battle, I was up against Canoness Viridian with some Sisters of Battle mixed in there, so it was a little bit different from what I was expecting. I'm not sure what other warlords will be showing up here. I imagine Grandmaster Voldus will be showing up as well as Magos Dominus, but who knows how many warlords are in the pool. So we are still working on unlocking copies of the Rubric Marine, so I'm going to be using a keyword deck once again, featuring Tzeentch, cards led by Ahriman himself. Now I did break down and buy the cheapest pack of the Infernal Master. This is the new Psyker for the Chaos 1,000 Suns, and he's got Inspiring Presence. Now, I don't think I'm actually going to use this guy in ranked mode. I only got one copy, so he's only at level 1. However, in this campaign, we can use a higher level version of him thanks to the modifier. So for day 2, the modifiers, all the cards are set to these levels a little bit higher than they were on day 1. At this level, all of these cards will have unlocked the tier 3 version of their trait. And then we also have slightly more deck points available, 185 and 8 bodyguard slots. So with the new Infernal Master, this is the deck that I'm running. He fits right in there. Gotta say, he's like a perfect addition to this deck and allows me to use 9 keywords. So he's definitely a great option, but if you don't want to spend money, then don't feel pressured into purchasing him. I'm sure there are other options that could work well enough, but the second day I think will prove to be a lot more challenging than the first day. In the first day, I think every deck that I faced had a mix of Space Marines and Servants of the Emperor, which meant that the enemy warlords could not fully utilize their special rule. But in the second day, the first battle was actually quite difficult against Canoness Viridian. Every single bodyguard was Servants of the Emperor. So we're going to go ahead and let's take another look at the Infernal Master. This is his upgrade path. He's got only 2 psychic upgrades, with the first one coming at level 2. He gets plus 12 stats per upgrade and has Inspiring Presence. So let's go ahead and deploy and see which warlord we're up against this time. So on the first day, I ran a full keyword deck without the Infernal Master. I hadn't bought him at that point. And we are up against Canoness Viridian once again. But yeah, I didn't really have any trouble clearing the missions on the first day. And this is actually the exact same card. I wonder if this is going to be the same deck that I just faced. They even put the card in the same position. Now the Battle Sister there on the field. Let's go ahead and put this guy on the field, the Infernal Master, just from turn 1. We do have the initiative once again, so we'll be able to go first. Get some of these Psykers out on the field, and Belisarius Call deploying to the field. Now this guy has a ton of health, but very low damage output at level 4. It's not until level 6 that he starts dealing some serious damage, so not too worried about him at this point. Let's see, what else do we want? The Rubric Marine, or I think we'll go with this guy. The little Shaman. And we'll see what deploys to the center lane. A Sentinel. Okay, so this is a slightly different deck than what I just faced. I'm kind of wishing I deployed that Rubric Marine now, because they're definitely going to be going ranged. And Tzeentch, as a whole, of course, they specialize in Psychic, but they do not have very much in terms of ranged damage, other than the Rubric Marine and the Pink Horror. So we'll be taking a lot of damage here. Hopefully that Bolt of Change will help to keep us alive. And here comes the first volley. None of these units are able to attack back. Alright, so far so good. 20 damage from the Bolt of Change. And dealing quite a bit of damage there. The Infernal Master doesn't exactly deal a huge amount of damage, but he does boost the attack power of his allies. You can see Belisarius Call got the extra attack there, dealing just 18 damage. We've got a big game hunter. This is the Cataphrone Breacher at level 10. Going for another ranged attack. Alright, Psionic Blast would be nice at this point. I'm hoping that we don't run into too many shields because, like I said, all the units here are using their tier 3 trait, which means that shielded units will have 3 shields. That can be very difficult to get through without AoE attacks. And in this deck, there's just one card with AoE. It's the Herald of Tzeentch with Psionic Blast. Of course, the Lord of Change is the other big one, but Lord of Change has been nerfed so many times recently, so I feel like it's not really the best choice. Now, these guys have a ton of health on the field. We're gonna, I think, kind of struggle to get through, but let's deploy the Occult Sorcerer in the center lane. He should be dealing the most damage here. Coupled with the Inspiring Presence, should be able to hit pretty hard. Another 20 damage from the Bolt of Change. Let's take a look at this guy. 109 damage. Not bad at all. So he's going to make pretty quick work of Iron Hand Strachan. So yeah, the Lord of Change, it's very strong, has a lot of damage output, but it's had its health reduced through a number of nerfs, and so it's just not very durable. Which is why I would not personally recommend it for this day. You might be able to pull it off if you're able to protect it, keep it alive, but yeah, all of these bodyguards are servants of the Emperor, which means that the Warlord is getting the full power of the special rule. Fortunately, it's mostly Belisarius Cawl getting the counterattack, and he doesn't deal very much damage. Alright, Celestine coming to the field, and one more bodyguard. Who is it going to be? Lots of legendary heroes here. Uh-oh, we've got Curtis Hicks, and he's going to be dealing a lot of damage with that Inspiring Presence. 70 melee. This is huge amounts of damage. 113 from Celestine, 119 from Hicks. The Infernal Master will take out Cawl, but that means one of them will get the counterattack, and ouch, there goes the Occult Sorcerer going down. Now, we still have tons of bodyguards left, but these legendary heroes are going to put up quite a fight, I think. Let's see, we'll put down the Herald, and that Inspiring Presence from Celestine is also really boosting their attack power to pretty large amounts. 66 attack on Celestine. Okay, I think we're going to just put the Pink Horror in the center lane, which will allow us to more easily break those shields. The Infernal Master is going to die pretty soon. The Bolt of Change actually goes right through shields, dealing direct damage. The Psionic Blast is also working down the shields as well. And the Pink Horror has all 3 attack types, so no matter what they do, that last shield is going to be broken. Although the Psionic Blast also will be activating next turn as well. Infernal Master gets destroyed finally. But we're doing just fine here. In fact, I could probably just deploy Ahriman at this point. And yeah, I think that's the best choice. While we have Psychers on the field, let's deploy our Warlord and see how much damage we can do. 13 damage from the Psionic Blast. The Herald of Tzeentch has also gotten nerfed recently. It does a lot of damage, but does not have very much health. 104 psychic damage from Ahriman. Curtis Hicks getting very low on health there. So this actually went quite a bit better than the first game. In the first game I didn't actually have to deploy Ahriman, but I had to use all of my bodyguards and they were getting pretty low on health. So these Imperial forces are really putting up quite a fight. And let's see, let's just go with the Rubric Marine, and I can show you here, just to prove that he is a Psyker. He has no psychic attack, but he does have the Psyker keyword, which allows him to boost the attack power of things with Psionic Link, such as Ahriman. So he's still able to deal the full 104 damage, and take care of the enemy Warlord. Victory for the forces of Chaos. Definitely a much tougher battle than anything I faced in the first day. So you will have to play carefully, I think. I think it definitely helps to have more bodyguards than fewer, because in general, the more bodyguards you include, the more total health you'll have, which will just allow you to tank more damage. So we'll just claim these coins here, 75 coins. And I think that this deck that I'm running here will work pretty well. Now, if you don't have the Infernal Master, then I would say... in the first day, I ended up using the Terminator. There is a Chaos Terminator that has shields, and shields are really good when you've got 3 of them, so it just makes for a very tanky card that can counterattack against the enemy. Of course, you don't want to combine it with your Psychic Link bodyguards when possible, but I think that might be a decent option. Let me know if you think there are better options out there, or if you're using a completely different deck. I'm still going to continue with this keyword deck until I have completed all of the missions and unlocked all these copies of the Rubric Marine. But also let me know what you think of this strike system. You know, you got 3 strikes, 3 losses, and you'll get knocked out. Again, they do have a buyback system. I was able to make it through the first day without any losses, but this second day could prove to be a lot more challenging for players, especially if you don't have a huge card pool to choose from. So let me know if you think this is a good system, if you'd like to see it applied to regular campaigns, or if you prefer the campaign energy system. But let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.